Imagine a god so beloved that even fate itself seemed to bow before him. Wherever he walked, shadows retreated. Wherever he spoke, anger softened, like ice beneath the sun. His presence did not demand loyalty, it inspired it. He was not feared, he was cherished. Now imagine that God killed, not by war, not by prophecy fulfilled in fire and blood, but by a joke, a careless laugh, a moment no one thought mattered. This is how the laughter of the gods became their ruin. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll understand how a tiny, forgotten twig changed the fate of worlds, and why every god wished they had seen it coming.
Unveil the legends.
Baldr was the light of the gods, not the blinding fury of the sun, but something gentler, the warmth that settles into your bones on a cold morning. He was beautiful, yes, but beauty alone does not still storms. Kindness does. And Baldr had that rare power. In the golden halls of Asgard, when Baldr entered, voices lowered, arguments faded, even thunder seemed to hesitate at the horizon, as if the sky itself leaned in to listen. Mothers whispered his name to their children like a blessing. Warriors felt steadier when he stood beside them. To love Baldr was effortless, and yet, a light this pure casts the longest shadow. The more the gods adored Baldr, the more an unease grew beneath their joy. Love does not cancel fate, it tempts it. The question lingered, unspoken but heavy. What if even love could not protect him? That question arrived first in dreams. Baldr began to dream of darkness, not metaphor, not symbolism. Real darkness, cold, silent, final. He saw himself falling endlessly into a void without sound or warmth. He saw the world dimming behind him, colors draining away like breath from dying lips. Each time he woke, the dream clung to him like frost on skin. When even dreams turn against a god, the gods listen. Odin, the All-Father, heard of these visions and felt something rare coil in his chest. Fear. He had sacrificed an eye to see truth. Yet even he could not see beyond this shadow. The runes whispered nothing. The future closed its fist. So doubt gave way to action. Frigg, queen of the gods, mother of mercy, refused to accept fate's verdict. If destiny would not move aside, she would outwit it. She would bind the world itself into protecting her son. She traveled across the realms, beyond Asgard, and into forgotten corners of existence. Fire swore never to burn Baldr. Water swore never to drown him. Stone swore never to crush him. Metal bent away its edge. Poison lost its bite. Beasts lowered their claws. Winds softened their breath. Everything that existed was made to promise one thing: I will not harm Baldr. When Frigg returned to Asgard, her heart was light. Fate, she believed, had been cornered. Baldr was now invulnerable. No blade could pierce him. No flame could scorch him. No force could break him. The gods rejoiced, and as gods often do, they turned safety into sport. They laughed and hurled spears at Baldr, watching them splinter against his skin. Stones bounced harmlessly from his chest. Arrows bent mid-flight, falling uselessly at his feet. It became a game, proof that fate itself had been defeated. Asgard echoed with laughter, and among the gods stood Loki. The trickster smiled, but his smile was thin. His eyes missed nothing. Loki was loved in his own way, clever, necessary, the solver of problems others created. He slipped through rules where logic failed, but he was never adored. Where Baldr brought peace, Loki brought tension. Where Baldr inspired trust, Loki inspired caution, and deep within him stirred something dangerous. Not chaos alone, but balance. To Loki, perfection was an insult. Something flawless begged to be tested. Something untouchable begged to be touched. So Loki asked the question no one else dared to ask: if everything had sworn not to harm Baldr, what had not sworn? Quietly, Loki slipped away from the games, into corners the gods ignored, into forgotten spaces where promises were never demanded. And there he found it, mistletoe, small, pale, harmless, too young, Frigg had thought, to matter, too weak to be dangerous. It had never sworn an oath. Loki laughed softly. From that fragile plant, Loki fashioned a dart, slender, ridiculous. In any other hand, it would have been a toy. In Loki's, it became fate, sharpened to a point. But Loki did not throw it himself. That would have been too obvious. Instead, Loki turned to Baldr, Baldr's blind brother. Baldr stood apart from the game. Hearing laughter, he could not fully join. He could not see the weapons fail. He could only hear joy. Loki approached gently.
Trust me, old friend. I only wish to see Asgard prosper, even if it requires unconventional methods.
Friendly, helpful. Why don't you join? Loki asked. I cannot aim, Baldr replied. I will guide you, Loki said, and he placed the mistletoe dart into Baldr's hand. The moment stretched, thin as a breath. Baldr threw. The tiny dart flew unnoticed, uncelebrated, until it struck Baldr, where spears shattered and stones fell. This small thing pierced cleanly. Baldr staggered. His breath caught. The light around him flickered and went out. He fell not with thunder, not with battle cries, but like a candle extinguished by a sudden wind. Silence crashed over Asgard. Laughter stopped mid-breath. Joy froze. The world tilted, as if it had lost its balance. The gods rushed forward. Hands reached. Voices broke, calling his name. But Baldr did not rise. Odin's cry tore the sky. Frigg collapsed beside her son. Mothers wept. Warriors fell to their knees. And Loki watched. His smile was gone. The gods demanded answers. How could this be? How could the protected fall? Understanding brought no comfort, only fury. They hunted Loki. When they found him, his cleverness failed at last. He was bound, punished, made to suffer, but even that could not undo what had been done. Desperate, Odin sent messengers to Hel, ruler of the underworld, to bargain for Baldr's return. Hel listened, and she agreed. Baldr could return. If every being in existence wept for him, across 9 worlds pleas were sent. Rivers wept, stones cracked with sorrow, trees shed leaves. Even monsters bowed their heads. Nearly everything wept. Nearly. One giantess remained unmoved, cold, dry-eyed, refusing sorrow. And when the truth emerged, the gods knew who she was. Loki, once again in disguise. Because of that single refusal, Baldr remained in Hel, and with his death, something else died too. The gods' innocence. Baldr's fall was the first crack in the world's foundation. After it came prophecies that could no longer be denied. Wolves would break chains, seas would rise, gods would fall. Ragnarok crept closer. So why does this story still haunt us? Because it reminds us that the smallest things, ignored, dismissed, forgotten, can undo even divine protection. Because it warns us that perfection invites destruction, and because it asks a question with no easy answer. Did Loki break the world? Or did the gods, in their laughter, leave the door open? If you want the next part, the punishment that bound Loki, the venom that still drips, watch the next video. And tell me, was Loki the villain or the consequence?